Well, it's a little bit chilly outside and a little bit windy, but I'm determined to get my exercise walk in. Just had my dinner, and usually that's the time when you feel like relaxing and not moving around, but I know that I have to move around in order to stay in shape. So I'm pushing myself to be outdoors, and I'm bundled up with my coat, a little bit warmer sweatshirt underneath, and I'm just going to keep moving around to stay active and not sit down so much. I'm looking forward to the warm weather so I don't always have to, sit inside and not be so motivated. Been doing my videotapes and have been focusing on, the important things you have to do. Prioritizing things obviously is important. And finding time for myself, obviously, to take care of myself too. I'm looking forward to the warmer weather. I know everybody wants to be outdoors. We're tired of being inside. You can only watch so much TV and make so much, have so much meal preparation, do so much schoolwork and work. So it's good to just be outside and getting motivated again. Looking forward to riding my bike, doing some, playing some ball with my kids, and just doing a lot of outdoor sports and activities. All right, I'm looking both ways. Want to be safe. Want our kids to have a good example, of course, because we want them to look both ways as they're walking and driving and, that kind of thing. And it's good to just be out and about. So, feel free to like and subscribe on our channel. We would like any input that you have. Maybe you can tell us what you're doing to exercise and keep in shape, what motivates you, what goals you have achieved, what goals you would like to achieve, and feel free to converse with me anytime. All right, so I made some healthier selections. Been trying to do better meal preparations. Obviously, my kids and my husband, they like to go to fast food and go out for dinner, and that's fine. But you can't do that all the time because it's not very good for you, because you don't know, how much salt is in there. Sometimes there's added extra salt, and at least you can control what is being put into your meals if you prepare it at home yourself. And so it is more time consuming, but it is better in the long run because you can kind of, balance out everything that's happening with your ingredients and your salt and spices and herbs and that kind of thing. So it makes it worth the effort. But the only thing is you have to taste it when you're preparing it to give it to your family, and therefore there's extra calories as you're making it. So, but there's no excuse to, take care of yourself and work it off a little bit. Many, many years ago, my husband and I actually used to do a lot of running together, and we would actually run, believe it or not, for like 5 miles at a time. But I am older and my knees tend to give me a lot of trouble, so that's why I do a lot of walking and low impact exercises, building my strength up again. You have to do that with weight training and, watching what you eat, so then I can do more aerobic activity, which then will increase my strength, and hopefully I won't have as many problems with my knees, because I don't want to discourage you guys, because too much of a certain exercise can cause problems, and we would like to encourage you to do the exercises that would be more safer on your joints. So that's the idea here. That's what we're trying to do. So. All right, maybe you guys could tell us what is some of your exercises that you like to do. I can tell you all the different kind of videos and exercises that I've done throughout the years that have motivated or encouraged and inspired me. But obviously anything without application doesn't mean anything, because you have to apply it yourself. And it's not always easy when things happen in your life to distract you from taking care of yourself. Things happen beyond sometimes our, they just happen. But it's always good to at least have that knowledge to apply and bounce back, so to speak, and take care of yourself. So I like doing walking. I like doing jump rope is good. I can't do that as much as I used to, but I'm going to build myself up again. I love to do weight training. It's something that will actually build up your muscle tone, and muscle tone is very key. Having more muscle than fat obviously is good, because then your organs are more stronger and you have more better posture, so to speak. So I'm gonna start doing that again. Maybe not so heavy, just go lightweight, more repetitions, and then strength training. And then if you have problems with your joints, may I suggest doing like an urban rebounder, which is, you know, like a mini trampoline for safety, or possibly a elliptical or a stationary bike. So those will help you so you don't have so much damage to your knees and your joints, and hopefully, you know, motivate you to keep going rather than feel frustrated about any kind of damage you might have. Strength training is something that can be done also for seniors as well. They may not have the same mobility as you. They may, believe it or not, I know a lot of seniors who have more strength and ability than I will ever have, that totally encourage and inspire me. So age is not a factor here, okay? The types of food I like to eat when I'm by myself, okay?
You're my favorite. Thanks.
Was it?
I don't know.
For myself, I like to have more prepared meals. I like to eat more like raw vegetables, steamed vegetables, rice. You know, kind of limit the rice, but it's good. I like to have all natural fruit juices. You know, I sometimes like my iced tea, unfortunately. That's like my little thing I like. I have not been buying any ice cream or snacks that are extra, which is kind of interesting because that's usually the thing that most of us kind of tend to buy. But when my son buys it, I have to say it's really hard not to like pick on a couple of chips here and there. So yeah, salt is kind of always something you have to kind of watch. But fresh fruit, vegetables, and with anything, you can eat healthy, but in order to stay healthy, you also have to work your calories too. Otherwise, you're just going to keep putting on weight and you're never going to lose the weight because you're just going to keep adding calories. Now, I found in the past that when I actually did lose weight and I was smaller, you know, I'm not heavy, but, you know, let's face it, I'm getting older and I got to work harder, that once you reach your goal, you do have to be more, what's the word? You obviously have to make a greater sacrifice to eat healthy so you don't gain that weight back, which is always a challenge because, you know, when you go to parties and stuff, there's usually a lot of foods that you can't necessarily eat that, you know, that's there. So I personally would recommend bringing some of your prepared meals with you to counterbalance some of the things that you should not be eating. That may not always be the case where, you know, when you're at a party, but at least try. All right, we're going at the rate of about 5 miles per hour right now. And you ever hear that saying, use it or you lose it? Well, it's kind of the same with move it, or if you don't move it, then, well, gravity happens. You got to keep moving and be consistent. So I'm over here, got to stop for the stoplight, and move across the street to keep on walking. Alright, well I guess I've reached 1 mile already and I'm just going to continue walking. When it gets a little bit warmer out, I actually sometimes like to walk with weights in my hands or wrist weights. And sometimes I have to say it does look kind of stupid, but I don't care. I'm by myself when I do it sometimes, you know. There's a lot of people that inspire me. There's a couple of gals that are out there every day and they walk, and they're such an inspiration to me because they're older than me and they're busy and they still find the time to do it. And it's like, if they can do it, I can do it. It's very motivating to me, and it's very encouraging to me as a younger gal to see that. because it's a really good example. It really is. And the more that they walk, then obviously other girls would like to walk too. And it's just very motivational, and it's very encouraging to see people that can be my mother actually walking every single day, motivating me to take care of my health, and realizing that if they find the time to do it, so could I. There's no excuses for it, right? Well, it's 35 degrees right now, and there's like periods of wind, but that's why I'm probably talking a little bit like catching my breath. With any goals, you got to push yourself sometimes. But I must say, yesterday was really, really windy, and I didn't want to walk because I know that sometimes you could push yourself too much and you know your limitations. All right, it's starting to get dark out, and I'm going to continue walking. Obviously, I have someone with me. I could probably walk a little bit faster, but... And sometimes you could be discouraged too, going for a walk. You might say, well, I don't have the gear, I don't have the clothes or whatever. It doesn't matter. The whole idea is to get out there, because once you get in shape, you'll be able to fit into better clothes, and then you'll have more selections that you can choose from at the store. So that's not an excuse, because the more you weigh, the more you'll weigh. I think I've talked quite a bit on my walking adventure, but I would like, again, to hear from you. So please like and subscribe, and let us know what you think. We'd like to hear from you. What encourages you? What motivates you? What has helped you in your life with your health and your eating habits? Who knows? Maybe you can come walk with us sometimes. Take it easy. See you later.